Hey everyone, it's Flak88. Welcome back to Operation Mayday. This is a post-game and victory point count slash audit explanation. So, if you saw 11.4, Haybone's turn, he briefly went over this, and then we briefly talked about it in our chat, and I still had some deductions missed. So, taking a look at the victory points, the raw victory points as they stand, and the background here is not my normal 80s music. It is something for my 2-year-old to watch, since she is right beside me pulling stuff off the board. Anyhow, the base victory points for Warsaw Pact were 6, 2 each for possessing all of Germany, 2 for France, which I think there was still, Corsica was still under the French control, but that's over 2/3 for that victory condition. And then lastly, Greece was 100% captured. Excuse me, so 2 victory points for each of those 3 countries. Benelux was captured, but it was captured by the Soviets, and therefore that one did not count for victory points. And Spain was only 2/5, so that one wasn't close either. I think Italy is, yeah, Italy wasn't close because most of Italy was Soviet possession. So the Warsaw Pact victory points are only, they only count if they are Warsaw Pact possession. So 6, NATO sadly had none. Soviets had 2, 1 for Tehran, 1 for Makkah in Saudi, since Morocco was sadly lost at the end of the game. And then the US Global had 2 for Monroe Doctrine. So that seems pretty cut and dry until we get into deductions. So we've got a couple deductions. We've got -0.5 for the US on the nuclear facility. The airbase up here is not nuclear, so that is not a deduction. And then other deductions for the US, we've got a 1/4 point for the Allied base Extremadura, 2 for Lazio, or excuse me, I'm using D12s to annotate the quarter, and then a 1/4 for the base in Rhineland. So that was a total of 1 victory point and a 1/4. So there's a remaining of 3/4 of a victory point for the US. The Soviets lost a 1/4 point in Angola, 1/2 point in Cuba, and then a whole point for a nuke base in a city. So that brought the Soviets down to a 1/4 point. So 3/4 point, 1/4 point. And then the Warsaw Pact lost a minor city, which brought them down 1/2 point. And that is that brought them down to 5.5. You may have seen Hambone go after the mobile IRBMs, but that was not a legal attack. So that deduction did not count. So anyhow, we have a grand total, and I'm not going to show my chicken scratch handwriting on the camera. Excuse me. Grand total at the end of turn 11, we have 5.25 to 3/4 points, with a Warsaw Pact victory. But it was a fun game. This isn't totally updated. I just updated some of the damage markers, because I'm going to tear this down in a moment and set up for the next one. And we're also setting up for a scenario 1 as well. So it's going to be a busy time in this war room. So stay tuned for Operation Turning Point, which is a scenario 2 with the 4 of us once again. And then a scenario 1, which we will wait on announcing just yet. That will be a little bit later. But excited to play NATO this time. They usually get kicked in the teeth pretty good. But we are going to play the 1.5 rule set NATO balance rules, which gives a couple extra toys for the NATO Alliance to play with. So we're going to play with a couple optional rules as well. Rocket artillery again, which you may have seen in Fold the Gap. A little bit edited on the rules. And then no change, or no surprise, we're going to play with ASW Hilo and then also Battleship Battle Cruiser. So everyone should have some fun toys to play with this time. And we'll see how this next game goes. It'll be a lot of fun regardless. And can't wait to start. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And we'll see you next time. Thank you all for watching.